welcome. Really happy to be here. My name's Linda Barlaam. A few notes from the Girls Night In team. You've all been muted, so you can hear, hopefully you can hear me. And at the end, we'll unmute for questions and answers. Can everyone hear me? Can I just show of hands if people can hear? Yes, thumbs up, awesome. Okay, also, if you don't want to be seen, you can hit the little camera button on your phone or computer to disable the video. We want you to be comfortable. It's all whatever makes you happy. Okay, so again, my name's Linda Barlaam. I'm a professional organizer. I've been one for 10 years. I work for House to Home Organizing, and we're based in Fairfield County, Connecticut. I am been a partner with these people, and there's 3 of us. We go do full homes. We do your entire house, your attic, your basement, your garage, your kitchen, your linen closet, whatever you would like organized. It's whatever the client wants. So today we're going to talk about my favorite room, the kitchen. Spend a lot of time in my kitchen, and I assume that many of you do as well. So again, as we are going along, if you have questions, you can put it in the chat and we'll get to those at the end. So to start out, I'm going to show some photos so you know what a professional organizer does, some before and after photos. And I have administrator who'll be showing them to us. Hopefully they'll get up soon. Okay, so this is a house that we did, and this is the bedroom, and this is not staged. This is really how people live, and that's fine. And then after our job there, you can see the after. Much better, a little calmer. They were pretty happy with that. Okay, and then the den, we'll look at the before picture. So people are busy, as we all are. People work, they come home, they're tired, they have long commutes, so they would come home and just throw their stuff down. And then after we left, you can see we were able, things aren't just cleaned up and thrown in the closet. We actually organize it and find homes and systems where everything can live appropriately. And then the last photo I'll show you is the kitchen, since that's where we are going to be working today. And you could see, again, these, busy working people come home, throw things down. They really didn't have a counter to eat on. They would eat in the living room by the TV. And then after we organized it for them, you could see the after photo. So a little better, calmer, surfaces clear, everything had a home and was put away. So that's just to give you an idea of what we do. All right, so I assume, like me, many of you are homebound and you have a lot of time to get organizing. So let's talk about the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart and soul of many of our homes. Why? We prep food, we cook, we socialize in the kitchen. If you have children at home or grandchildren, they might do homework in the kitchen, arts and crafts in the kitchen. You might pay your bills in your kitchen, have a little office situation going on. Keep your family calendar or your personal calendar. The other thing with the kitchen, it is attached usually to an exit or entrance, the mudroom, the laundry room, the front. So it does get a lot of traffic. It's a busy place. And lots of times we can get intimidated. We look at house beautiful, real simple. And what do we see? We see beautiful, large, white kitchens, no clutter, greenery, everything. And then we look at our kitchen and go, no way. So we don't do it. But I'm here to tell you that keeping an organized kitchen, no matter what kind of kitchen you have, a small kitchen, large, new, cozy, older, it will really help you find things and you will be less stressed. And right now we all need to be less stressed. So every family is different, every household's different. So what we do when we come into your house, which you can do now walking into your kitchen, what are your priorities? For example, are you a coffee drinker? Do you need a coffee station? By station, I mean, do you need your Keurig, your mugs, and your coffee pods all in the same area? Are you a tea drinker? Do you need a tea station? How about a wine or a beer station? Do you have children in the house? Do they need to get to their plates and cups easily? We went to one home where they had them high up and the kids were climbing on the counters to get them. Well, again, if that's a priority, they can be lower down and we can make that happen. You can make that happen as well. Do you love to cook? Maybe you love to bake. Do you need an area where all your baking things are easily accessible? Do you need an area to pay bills? You get the picture. What is important to you? What do you need? There's no right or wrong. It's whatever works for your house. Okay, so first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take a photo of whatever it is you wanna organize. You wanna take before and after photos. Why? Well, you'll certainly feel much better about it if you can see before and after. Trust me, you'll look at it a number of times and think, wow, that's awesome. Maybe I can keep going and do other areas. So always start with your before photo. Then you need a clear surface. So we're in the kitchen. Is your kitchen table going to work for you? Can you clear that off? If not, do you have an island? Can you use the island? If not, do you have a folding table in the attic or basement that you can bring out? Because you're going to need a flat, clear surface. So when we go into people's homes, there could be 3 of us and we take everything out. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but think about your kitchen. Think about how much is in it. It can take hours. Some kitchens can take 6 hours to go through, depending on what's in it. So if you have the time now, because hey, you're home and great, let's do the whole kitchen. But if not, and you think, wow, I'm gonna need time to put everything away, you might wanna start with 1 or 2 areas of the kitchen. That's just a little tip so you don't get overwhelmed. So let's pick an area. I'm going to say pots and pans. So you have your clear surface ready, you take your before picture of your pots and pans and take them all out. Put them on your clear surface. First of all, and your lids. Do you have a lid for everything? Okay. Are some things old and crusty? You got them when you were married 30 years ago and they're beat up. Do you have the same size pans, like 4 9-inch frying pans? Do you need all of them? If you do, great. But if not, that might be the time to part with something. Do you have a pot or pan from college that you're still using? Again, now is the time to make those decisions. Okay, so they're all out, and now you're going to have 4 areas in your kitchen. You're going to have a keep area. These are the things you're keeping. The pots, the pans you're keeping. You're going to have a donate area. You can put those in a brown box, like an Amazon box or any box you have. They're going to eventually get donated. You are going to have a trash, all right? Get some nice trash bags out because not everything is going to be saved. If it's falling apart, now might be the time. And your last area we call your keepsakes. What are keepsakes? Sentimental things. Oh my God, that pot, it was my grandmother's. I don't use it, but I can't let it go. Awesome. That is a separate area. Never do you want to regret or be upset with anything that you don't have. Keepsakes can stay, but they might live remotely, maybe not in the kitchen anymore. maybe in the attic, the basement, a closet. They don't need to take up valuable kitchen space. Okay, so you've looked at your pots and pans. Don't put them back because we're going to rejigger where things go in the kitchen. And I'm going to pick another area, your drinking glasses, your mugs, and your water bottles. Take it from a professional organizer. Unless you are a super organized person, you might have mugs that haven't seen daylight in years. And that's okay. We all have it. You want to, again, you get back to your clear surface, take them all out. Okay, oh, that mug's chipped, time to let it go. Oh, that mug, I got that as a joke from an ex-boyfriend. I'll donate that. I love these mugs. I use them all the time. Great. This is a keepsake. My grandmother gave this to me, and I can't let it go. Awesome. So again, back to your 4 areas. The mugs you're keeping, the mugs you're donating, the mugs you're trashing, and your keepsakes, as well as for all your drinking glasses and water bottles. Many water bottles tend to lose their tops. Now might be a good time to let those go. All right, so you get the picture of how it works, but I'm going to pick another drawer just for the fun because the utensil drawer is always fun. We find a lot of interesting things in there. Okay, I have 15 wooden spoons, but I really only need or use 5. Oh, I have 10 wine corkscrews. Only 2 really work. Cheese knives, they're a biggie. I got about 20 cheese knives, but I really only use these 10 when I have company over. So again, you get the picture. The large items, the ice cream maker you got when you were married 30 years ago that you used once, if you want to use it again, that's great. Hold on to it. But if it's something you're like, yeah, no, again, it's time to make those decisions. Fondue pots, similar, and a wok, similar too. I use my wok a few times a year. I keep it high up in my kitchen, not necessarily in low reach where it's going to take up valuable space. But again, these are all personal decisions based on your uses and needs. The other area I really want to talk about are spices. Because not only are you going to do this for your pots, your pans, your dishes, your utensils, your pot holders, but spices, we've been in homes where there can be 50 to 100 spices, and that's cool. If you cook a lot, you use a lot of spices, but I would really check the expiration dates. A lot of times we see spices from 5 to 6 years ago that have kind of lost their umph. So now's a good time if you decide one day to do your spice area, your oils, your vinegar area, clean that all out. Okay, so I'm going to not take you through the entire kitchen because that would take us way too long, but now you're saying to me, okay, but where do I put everything back? Now I've done all this. My keepsake, my donate, my trash. All right, let's talk about the kitchen and the layout of the kitchen, no matter what kitchen. The kitchen needs to flow smoothly. In other words, if I want to chop an onion, I don't want to run across the kitchen to find my knife and then go to the other side of the kitchen to find the cutting board. So normally for food prep, should be by the sink or the garbage, and that would be your cutting boards, your knives, what am I forgetting? Oh, and bowls, anything you would need, to put the food in. Near the oven and the stove should be your oils, your vinegars, your spices, and your pots and pans. Okay, maybe they weren't near the oven when you first took them out, but maybe now's the time to get them near the oven. Dishes and glasses, usually near the dishwasher for ease of unpack, but some people like to have it near the kitchen table for easy setup. So that's up to you, personal decision. There's no right or wrong, every family is different. Okay, so now we know where our basic priorities are. let's talk about some of the areas left in the kitchen. Utility drawer, or as fondly called, the junk drawer. Some families tend to have 2 or 3 in their homes. Kind of unnecessary and taking up useful space. Empty out your utility drawer. You're going to find things in there you probably haven't seen in 20 years. What do you need to keep in it? Maybe 2 rolls of tape, some pens. Do I need 100 pens, of which half of them aren't working? No. Your extra set of car keys, house keys, always good to keep. Maybe 2 flashlights with backup batteries. Oh my God, Linda, I have 10 flashlights. I need them all. Okay, but do they all need to live in the utility drawer? No, maybe they can live in the mudroom or the laundry room or the basement or the garage. Really, in that drawer should just be not chock filled where you can't open it and things are falling out. Again, the large appliances. KitchenAids usually stay on the counter because they're so heavy to lift up and down if you use a KitchenAid. But the crock pot, the Instapot, the wok, unless you use those all the time, they can live either more remotely, either in a lower part of the kitchen, a higher part of the kitchen, or in another room. Again, the mudroom, the laundry room, the basement, whatever is easy for you to access. And seasonal baking as well. Some people only bake at Christmas or other holidays. Well, it doesn't need to take up the valuable space in the kitchen. It can live in a remote area. And pet supplies are another thing we should talk about. A lot of people keep pet supplies in the kitchen, and that's fine if you have the space. But if not, those as well can live in more remote areas. Remember, your surfaces are important to try and keep clear. Very, very important. You don't want a lot of stuff on the surfaces or the counters, especially now. We're trying to keep our homes as clean as we possibly can in lieu of everything going on. But even on a regular basis, you want to keep it clear. You'll find that if things are put away properly, people can find what they're looking for. There'll be calmness, there'll be less stress, and everyone is just ultimately happy when you don't have stuff lying all over the kitchen. One thing I want to talk about, I want to show you some great organizing products that are kitchen related. You can buy them at Amazon, online at Bed Bath & Beyond, online at Target, online at the Container Store. Container Store is amazing, obviously. So if we can show the drawer without dividers to the group, that could be kind of interesting. So we'll take a minute, we'll try and get that up. Drawer without dividers. Yep. Hold on, guys. We'll see if we can get these up. Okay, so there's like somebody's typical kitchen drawer. It's fine, but it's messy. Now we'll look at an empty drawer after we bought with dividers. So we bought these on, actually those are from Bed Bath & Beyond, but they sell them everywhere. They're just bamboo draw dividers. It's a pack, I think the pack cost about $30. There's no screws, they just slip right in. And then we'll show what it looks like once we put everything back. And we also decluttered as well. So it's just easier for the cook now to find what she's looking for. She's got her wooden things on the right and her metal things more to the middle and the left. And this worked for her and she was very happy. Not hard to do, very easy to do. Let's look at the unorganized knives. Okay, so just maybe you have a drawer like this, you know, with all your knives in it, or some people have them on the counter in a butcher block. This person had them just lying like that. And then we went and picked up for her the a knife mat holder. We got that at Bed Bath & Beyond as well. Organized knives. It's rubber. It's easy, you know, it's inexpensive, maybe 10 bucks. And things aren't just all falling all over her drawer. And it made it, and it's easy to clean because it's like a plastic, so you can wipe it down. So I recommend that. And then I just want to show you the unorganized oils and vinegars. Okay, so this is by somebody's stove, and this is where she would go to get her oils and vinegars. And then if we can show the turntable. So we suggest and love these turntables. You might have them in your house. This is a 10-inch turntable. They come in clear, white, whatever, in a variety of colors. They not only good for oils and spices, they're great for like your cleaning supplies under your sink. They're great for like cosmetics. I mean, these things are very useful, and they come in many sizes. You have to measure, but this is a 10-inch one. I think they come in 9-inch and even 12-inch. So let's just show what it looked like with the organized once we put one of those in. So it doesn't look that different, but the key here was the things that she uses all the time, she now has on the turntable. So she doesn't have to reach in and find things. She just spins it, and there she has her olive oil, her vinegar, and the things she doesn't use that much, we kept on the right. And this made her cooking really simple and easy. Thank you. We can take those down. But I do want to share with you, you don't have to go buy a lot of expensive things when you do your kitchen. Sometimes you can find things in your own house to use. For example, these, I'm hoping you can all see, but this is a little container that people put like vinegars and oils in the kitchen that you buy at the supermarket, those little tiny plastic containers. These can be great for paper clips in your utility drawer, rubber bands, little things like that. Sometimes people have like little baskets lying around their house. Those can be great for packets. They come in different sizes. These are good to use. Anybody have any old ashtrays that maybe were their grandmothers they're not using anymore? Well, hey, those can be great to hold your rings or little tiny beads or things. Just look around your house. We even had a client, this is from Trader Joe's, chocolate covered raisins. Well, you take the label off and you have a clear plastic container and you can put things in there. So there are ways to get creative and use things around your house to help you out. If you don't want to go spend the money right now on these amazing, you know, organizing products that you can get online. I really can't stress that really no two kitchens are alike. Everybody's different. It depends again on your needs. It takes time, but if you do it correctly, you're going to find yourself so much calmer and happy with how you're living, that peaceful, serene feeling. Okay, so that is it for me, but I'm happy to answer questions. Also, I'll take your questions, but if you have anything, questions when we're done and you'd like to email me, I'm happy to respond to you. I mean, where am I going now, guys? I'm home. So you can get to me at Linda, Linda, at the letter H, the number 2, and the letter H, H2H organizing.com. And we also are on Instagram and we're on Facebook, and that's it. So happy to answer questions.
So Julia has a question in the chat if you want to read it. Anyone
Okay.
else, if you have a question, feel free. If you want to raise your hand, we can unmute you, or you can just write it down.
Okay, the hardest room to organize. What is the hardest room to organize? Julia, that's a funny question because, again, it depends on the person and how much stuff they have. I would say attics and basements can be very challenging because a lot of times people have things in there for 20, 30 years that they haven't seen. So those can be challenging and not as much fun as the kitchen because it's dirty and there's a lot of dead mice usually up there. So that would be my answer to that. Okay, could I do a workshop on clothes closets? Oh, for certain we can put something together, absolutely. How would you decide to do your walk-in closet? Okay, let's just do a quick closet tutorial, okay? Again, you need a clear surface, no matter what room, no matter where you go. You can use your bed in your bedroom or you can set up a table and everything comes out of the closet and you sort it. Okay, your belts together, your shoes together. If I show you a black top, like the top I'm wearing, oh, I love that top. But if I pull out your closet and you have 20 black tops, you're like, oh my God, I didn't know I had so many. Yeah, I only wear these 5 and the rest we can donate. And again, you would have the same areas just like we did the kitchen. We would do keep, donate, trash, things just maybe have holes, they're no longer, and keepsakes. Some clothes are keepsakes. Oh my God, I wore that to my prom. I have to keep it. Or, you know, what? That's fine. No regret. What happens when people move in together? Asking for a friend. Again, it depends on how much stuff people have. You have to get creative. I would go for a lot of clear plastic bins. I would go for under bed things that you can store things in if you don't have a large house. I would label everything so you know where to find it. It can be challenging, but with the right systems, and it can be done. Hi, Irene. This was great. My attic is a disaster. Where would I start? Yeah, attics aren't fun, but you would have to bring everything down from the attic. That's what I would recommend, unless you have a stand-up attic where you can physically stand straight up. If not, if you can't do it, get somebody to help you bring it down. And then you do the same things with the attic that I just discussed with you. You have your 4 areas, and again, keeping it, keepsake, which is usually what's in the attic, trash, and donate. And in the attic, I would recommend you get everything out of brown boxes, and I would really, if you can, I know now's not a great time to go to the store, but you can order them, clear plastic bins. And then anything you're keeping goes there with labeled keep and what's in it, keepsakes and what's in it, and then trash and donate, just go. Okay. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. So at the conclusion now, I think there's going to be a poll. If you could answer it, it's just 2 questions. And it's good for the administrators to know what's going on. And I wish you all a wonderful night. Happy organizing, have fun. And like I said, you have any questions, feel free to email me.